All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for another Redneck Revolution Weekend Dance Review. Now, I should have made this video first, and Miss Kim Smith, I apologize that I didn't. But, things happen when you get booked back-to-back weekends to do events. You don't always have a whole lot of time to prep from going from one to another. And that's kind of what happened to me. I got home late on Sunday. I had to go back to work, my normal job, and work some overtime, then get ready to head to Indianapolis. So I do apologize that I did not do your event first because I'd been thinking about doing something like this to begin with. Anyway, 2 weekends ago, I'm in Chattanooga, Tennessee, doing a one-day charity workshop called Let's Make a Difference, Stomp Out Hunger. It was held at the Chattanooga Whiskey Distillery in their event hall. And I'll tell you, this was a beautiful, beautiful place. It was huge. It was a polished concrete floor. It was circular. First time teaching in a room that's circular. All of the instructors for the day were kind of like, okay, where's wall 1? Where's wall 2? Where's wall 4? But we got it figured out and we worked through it. And on hand, you had local favorite Jessica Lewis teaching. From Florida, you had 4 instructors, that's including myself. You had Michelle Neese from the Space Coast area of Florida. She did an excellent job with the dances that she taught. People really enjoyed those dances and enjoyed her instruction. Then you had a friend of mine that I've known since before I even moved to Florida, Miss Lisa Johns Gross from Cactus Moon and the Treasure Coast of Florida. Now, you may know Lisa John or know of her choreography. She is a very, very good choreographer and a very, very good dance instructor. Then, of course, there was me. We won't get into me because we don't need to know about me. We know enough about me already. So that brings up the highlight, the headliner of the entire Let's Make a Difference and Stamp Out Hunger to benefit the Chattanooga Food Bank. I'm talking about the one, the only, the beard, Trevor Thornton. That's right, Trevor was on hand, and he kicked things off for the day. And if you've never taken a class with him before, you don't know what you're missing. He is very, very entertaining. He's very good, and I have to say, very, very professional, because I have to tell this part of the story. Now, one of the things that you learn when you're in show business that you should never do is work with children or with animals. People that know me, I have 2 cats that I've rescued over the past year. I won't get into their backstory. Some people know from Fort Wayne, Tinker. He's a celebrity in his own right. People love hearing the stories about him. But I had Diesel with me too. And of course, immediately I walk through the door, they're in their stroller, they steal the spotlight from everybody because everybody's stopping. Ooh, they're so cute, they're adorable. If you only knew the truth. So everything was fine, they're getting their moment in the spotlight. We're going to get things rolling. So Trevor's up there, he's teaching his first set of classes. I'd rolled the stroller up front so that the cats are out of the direct sunlight coming through the windows. Don't think anything about it. I follow the unspoken rule. As an instructor, while another instructor's teaching, I go to the back of the room in case people need help, especially if I know the dance. Trevor gets done. I go walking up front to check on the boys. Tinker is staring at me and meowing loudly because he sees me coming. A few more steps, and we found out how they were going to embarrass the hell out of me. Oh yeah, it reeked. Tinker had managed to pee in the carrier and on his brother in the middle of Trevor's class. Now, I looked around real quick. I am mortified. I am embarrassed. I'm freaking out that this is happening. I'm making sure that there's no puddles on the floor around the carrier. I rushed them out, rushed them back to the hotel room, clean up Diesel real fast, let them run amok in the hotel room, and I head back to the event. A little bit later, I go up to Trevor and I'm like, dude, I am so sorry. I am mortified that even happened. I apologize. And Trevor, the whole time during his class, didn't even bat an eye. This is a mark of a professional. He didn't stop and go, oh my God, none of that. He just kept right on rolling, teaching his class. And he goes, what are you apologizing? I said, Tinker peed in his carrier and on his brother. He goes, that's what that was? I smelled that. I was afraid it was me. So, I was a little bit relieved, but I was even more embarrassed even at that point. But we got through the day. It was a wonderful time. There was plenty of dancing. Everybody had fun. There was raffles. We raised a lot of money. I don't know the exact total for the Chattanooga Food Bank. And I'm really hoping this event comes back next year. It's kind of up in the air whether it will happen. But if it does happen, I will be sure to let you all know because you need to check out this event. And people did travel to come to this event just like they do the major events. We had people from Pennsylvania. We had people from over in the Carolinas. I got to see Keith Bokar and Shelley. I had not seen them since Fort Wayne, and I got to meet a lot of people. And I got some heartwarming stories that I can tell, down the road in future about things that I choreograph and songs and so on and so forth, because I love to do things sometimes that touch people in a special way. No, not that way. Don't get your mind out of the gutter. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. And I will throw this out there right now. If you want a review of your event by the Redneck Revolution, all you have to do is drop me a line if I can make it there, or just invite me as an instructor. I'll be glad to come do your event. Anyway, that's it for me. We'll catch y'all later.